And we are live. I usually don't do this, but I gotta do it, man. I gotta do it. 4-0 down at halftime. I gotta watch the second half. I gotta do a watch along for the second half, man. I have to. I have to. Big up to everybody watching the stream right now and everybody tuning into the replay. Oh man, this is embarrassing. 4-0 for Brentford against Manchester United. This is embarrassing stuff. This is as embarrassing as it gets, okay? This is as embarrassing as it gets. And I have to take my time and, put together a little live stream for y'all because, we all have to laugh at this, man. This is embarrassing. This is embarrassing, man. So we're just gonna tune in and enjoy the second half. And let's hope for more. Let's hope for more. Let us hope for more goals. Oh my god. Yo. I can't believe I actually predicted Brentford to get relegated, but it is what it is, man. You see what I'm saying? It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I had to make a call and I predicted them to go down. They started well last season and then, they kind of they formed petered away as the season went on. Christian Eriksen came in and saved them. And then Christian Eriksen went okay, chance for Brentford. Tony, chance. Oh, and what a save by De Gea at the near post, and it's still alive. It could be a handball. Is it a handball? Ivan Tony, and he blasted over. So in the 50th minute, we have Brentford 4, Manchester United 0. And look, if you're a Man City fan, if you're a Liverpool fan, this is like, early Christmas for you. Early freaking Christmas. Eric Ten Hag and his boys are reeling. 4-0 down against Brentford, a team only in their second season ever in the Premier League era. A team that has not beaten Manchester United in over 80 years. This is embarrassing. The game is over. The game is pretty much over. You know what I'm saying? We just tuned in to see how worse it's going to get or if United could actually spark some type of comeback. I don't think there's any comeback that's going to happen today, but I want to see more goals, man. So Christian Eriksen sprays it over. Diego Dallo playing that right back. Chance comes in and it's headed wide by Cristiano Ronaldo, one of the greatest players of all time. This must be really, really embarrassing for the Portuguese international because being on the wrong end of a 4-0 drubbing is not something that Cristiano Ronaldo have really, experienced throughout his career. But, good signs. That was a chance. That was a chance. Remember, he did not start the opening game. That Man United also lost 2-1 to Brighton. Guys, if we go back to last season, if we just click on the Man United badge right here and we go back, right, you could see that they're 4-0 down to Brentford. They lost 2-1 to Brighton. Let's just go back to last season and we have to go back to May, right? So we're going to go all the way to May 22nd. They did beat that's May 12th. Well, let's just go back to the away form, right? Man City 4-1. Failed. Well, this is all over the place. All the stuff is not here. I have to bring up the stuff for you guys. I really got to bring up the stuff for you right now so you could see what Man United have been doing at the back end of last season coming into this season, because what we have there is actually not the the right proceedings, the way the time in which things happened. So we're gonna just I'm gonna pull something up and I'm gonna bring that up. So Ronaldo puts his hands to the heavens. Ball came over from Dallo. Let me see what happened. And Ronaldo put it over. Another header from Ronaldo put wide. And United are threatening right now. But I want to show you what they did at the back end of last season. This is a watch along, and this is also a discussion to dissect what has been going on with Manchester United. Okay, let's take a bigger view of this right here. So let's just scroll down, guys. You will see at the back end of last season, right? Let's just go down to the back end of last season. A 1-0 loss to Crystal Palace away. 4-0 loss to Brighton away. They did beat Brentford 3-0. So Brentford's actually Brenton. Brentford's actually, yeah, Brentford's being Brighton and you call them Brenton today. So Brentford's getting their revenge. A 1-1 against Chelsea, 3-1 loss to Arsenal, 4-0 to Liverpool. They did beat Norwich 3-2. But look at that. Look at that. These are some horrible results from match 30. Well, we could go even further back. We could go all the way back to match day 27, where Man United only won 3 of their last, how many games? What, 11 games? So this is not a surprise. This is not a surprise at all. This is just, a continuation of what actually happened last season. This is no surprise at all. So, as much as the scoreline is a surprise today, the form itself is definitely not surprising. It ain't. It ain't. So, big up to everybody in the live stream right about now, guys. Make sure you smash the thumbs up button. We'll definitely appreciate that. This is an emergency watch along. I don't really do these, but I had to, man. I do have the time. So, Jadon Sancho to Cristiano Ronaldo. Sprays it across the box, and it falls to Malacia, who was brought on at halftime, and Brentford deals with it. United gets it back. Harry Maguire battles. It falls to midfielder there, Bruno Fernandes, who has not been doing anything so far this season. So there was a few changes at halftime, guys. Let's just take a look at that. But before we do, Brentford 4, United 0. Josh Da Silva in the 10th minute, De Gea howler, and then another howler from De Gea giving the ball to Christian Eriksen that was stolen by Jensen, and that was an 18th minute goal. When they were actually 2-0 up, I was like, whoa, that was shocking. But then Ben Mee put away a scrappy goal from a corner in the 38th minute, and that must feel good for him. He's a former Man City player. And then Bryan Mbeumo 5 minutes later from a breakaway. That was actually one of the best counter-attacking goals you could see, because United, they were trying to get back into the game, and just the breakaway, man, Ivan Toney and his intelligence, and Bryan Mbeumo. But you have to really question the Manchester United defense and how they dealt with that situation and how they've been defending the entire game. Numerous mistakes, man. You can remember the Harry Maguire yellow card where he had to run back to just, take down the Brentford player to avoid another goal. But 4-0 down, man, at halftime. Well, in 35 minutes, embarrassing stuff. So if we take a look at the lineups, guys, for Brentford, I think they just made a substitution, or they sent Vitaly Janel to actually warm up. So there might be a change. Maybe Josh Da Silva, who, still strengthening from last season's injuries, might be taken off. Let's see how that one goes. But United have made changes. Fred, Luke Shaw, and Lisandro Martinez all taken off, right? And the players brought on Terrell Malacia, Rafael Varane, and Scott McTominay. I don't think these players are going to actually make a difference. Seriously, I don't. Brentford, I don't think they're going to take their feet off the gas, but they don't really need to show much urgency. Just game management needed at this time. And another corner for Brentford here. 57th minute of the game. The young Dutchman, Terrell Malacia. I told him not to go to Brentford, to Man United, but he did. He did. Big up to Andrew Morales for dropping the $2 super chat. Ronaldo has left England. I think Ronaldo might actually leave United. I can't see him sticking around to deal with this carnage, man. Seriously. I really can't see it. I can't see I can't see it. I'm Ray Charles to that. Because if he sticks around, that would be one of his worst seasons ever in his career. So corner for Brentford. Rico Henry. Who's that? Bryan Mbeumo over the corner. But it is not Bryan Mbeumo. It's, I think that's Janelt, and header put away by Christian Eriksen. The crowd has actually been booing Christian Eriksen when he touched the ball, and they've been chanting, "What's the score, Christian?" I actually did not agree with Christian Eriksen leaving Brentford to go to United, and it's not just because it's United. I think, he should have stayed with Brentford. You know what I'm saying? That's the club that, signed him when he couldn't play in Italy anymore and give him an opportunity. And I think he should have actually stayed with them for at least one season. But yeah, of course, he wanted to go and play European football or play with a top club. Not a top club, a big club. Not top. United, not top. Corner comes in. It's dealt with for now. Malacia clears. United could go on a counter. And Jadon Sancho, who's had a sad career at Manchester United so far. Let's not forget about that. Let's not sweep that one under the rug at all. We are not going to sweep that one under the rug, okay? We are not. I saw someone actually, I can't remember if it was that player, but let me just use this player. Dejan Kulusevski's Tottenham career has been so good. And you compare his career to Jadon Sancho's Man United career and the kind of money that were paid for the different players, it just shows you, man. It just shows you the terrible business that United have been doing for quite some time. The last won the title in 10 seasons. And it could be another goal. Brandon Buemo. Oh, wow. That's Malacia. Well, actually, the flag came up, but Malacia very, very vocal. I like Malacia, though. I think he came from PSV. I like Malacia. I thought since Man City wanted a left back, they would have actually went in for a player like him. But it's United that got the very talented Dutchman. But I don't think he went to the right club. I really don't. You know what I'm saying? But talking about Jadon Sancho, and he's been taken off. You see? He's been taken off. I'm not just picking on the man. He's been awful. Jadon Sancho, the former Man City youngster, signed by Manchester United for 85 million euros plus add-ons, which will probably take it closer to 100 million. He did really good at Borussia Dortmund, but that's Dortmund. That's the Bundesliga, you know what I'm saying? A lot of players thrive in the Bundesliga, but they'll switch leagues and they'll struggle, especially to the Premier League. I know there's a lot of players that came from the Bundesliga to the Premier League and did well, but not Jadon Sancho. Not Sancho. So United going forward. Cristiano Ronaldo. Malacia. Malacia plays it back out wide to Christian Eriksen. Eriksen to Varane. Eriksen to What are you doing here? What are you doing here? Well, big up to everybody in the house right about now, man. So someone's saying it's 5-0. Oh, make it 5-0. Big up to my boy Legan Sweet in the house, man, who's saying make it 5-0. So Anthony Ilanga came on for Jadon Sancho. Guys, I just want to pull up the Jadon Sancho profile right about now so we could just talk a bit about Jadon Sancho. You know what I mean? We're not going to let him off the hook at all. So let's just talk a bit about Jadon Sancho, okay? So, listen. Come and get him. Because what if he just go and turn everything off? You know what I'm saying? Guys, there's another goal. Oh, that's just Josh Da Silva coming off. And I was distracted because my son came down and my wife was actually scared to get him. So Josh Da Silva comes off Vitali Janelt. And I did mention it was Janelt on the corner just now, but it was Jensen, I think. That was Jensen, I'm pretty sure that was on the corner. So yeah, man. Let's take a look at Jadon Sancho's career, guys. He was taken off, and let's take a look at what he's done for Manchester United, okay? Man United, stats by club. Let's take a look at him really quick. We're not going to stay super long. But for Manchester United, he's featured 38 times. He scored 5 goals, and he picked up 3 assists in his first season. That's poor. From his standards, that's very, very poor. But you could understand a player coming into the league and needing to adjust. But the hype that was over, around Jadon Sancho, he could have done better. He could have at least get into double figures for both goals and assists. So I think he's been a flop so far. Just like Timo Werner was a flop for Chelsea, and I said that he's a flop for Chelsea, and people wanted to defend Timo Werner. Who's defending Jadon Sancho? I'm asking. Who's defending Jadon Sancho? Because he's been awful. He's been awful. And he's been taken off when United need 4 goals to come back in the game, which means that Ten Hag is like, it's not working out right about now. He might get dropped for the next game. He's been ineffective in the first 2 matches of the season, and the third match of the season is against you know who. And when I say you know who, let's just take a look at who United are going to play next. Let's just look into that really quick. Okay? Let's just do that. Let's go right up here. It's still 4-0. We're in the 64th minute. Let's take a look at who Manchester United plays next. Guys, it's another L. It is another L. The season will be 3 L's. The start of the season will be 3 L's. And we don't know how embarrassing this one's going to be. But it's going to be embarrassing. It is going to be bad. 3 losses. Oh, and in terms of their away form, United have only scored 2 away goals, I think, in their last maybe 7 away games and conceded about 20 plus. Ridiculous, man. Embarrassing. This is sending shockwaves to the football world right now. We have only 26 minutes to go. And I need goals, man. I need goals. But Brentford probably said, you know what, man? We're going to have some mercy. We're going to take it easy. And we don't need to rub salt in the wound. But please, Brentford, rub salt in the motherfucking wound. Oh, man. Big up to everybody watching the stream once again. Do appreciate you tuning in. You could be anywhere else on the web right now, but you're here with your boy, Dominic Rich FC, for just a mini watch along the second half. I wish I was here from the start, guys, but I was at work. Unfortunately, I was at work. So I drove home as fast as I could, got set up, and here I am. So Diego Dallo, the Portuguese international, back to Harry Maguire, very advanced. Scott McTominay, who came on as a substitute. Ball played in. Woo, brilliant play. And Ronaldo goes to the ground, not well received, and the ball's back to Brentford, and United get it back. Bruno Fernandes look at the square, and it goes out for Manchester United corner kick. Brilliant work by Brentford to keep it at a clean sheet so far. Guys, I might actually be live later as well to round up today's matches, and just to give myself a head start so that when Monday comes along, I'll just run through the rest games and run through all the games, but I won't be there super long. Corner comes in, and it's dealt with by Brentford. They're looking to counter like they did for the 4th goal, and the whistle blows. It's a Brentford free kick from within their own box. So David Raya has definitely done a great job. A couple times he was very decisive in running out, to make some clearances. And, you got to give him credit as well. You got to give the Brentford backline a lot of credit for dealing with whatever United have thrown at them. But most importantly, the Brentford attack, man, for just staying switched on for when United made those horrible mistakes. They didn't, let them get away, and they were punished. Thoroughly and utterly punished. So ball played through. United on the prowl. Marcus Rashford. Ben Mee goes, who's that? Ben Mee goes, ball comes in, Christian Eriksen, and it's caught by the aforementioned David Raya. So United are sizzling. They're looking to be on a comeback trail, but they're going to need to score 4 goals. They're going to need to pull off one of those FIFA career mode comebacks. When you're 4-0 up and there's 25 minutes to go and the computer just start banging them in for fun. Well, United's going to need to emulate something like that because, in reality, this game is pretty much over. So it seems like United's going to make a substitution, or is Christian Eriksen just walking back? Okay, there's a water break. So let me take the time to just big up everybody in the chat right about now. It is the first watch-along of the season. It's not a whole watch-along, but, a mini watch-along. Something's better than nothing. And I can't wait to do more and more watch-alongs. I'm going to attempt to do watch-alongs for other leagues as well, because I actually watched the Freiburg versus Borussia Dortmund game yesterday. That was actually a very good game. And, you know, when I do my live streams, I always talk about the other leagues and we go through the scores when we finish wrapping up the Premier League edition and all of that. So we're going to be doing that this season as well. So I want to just continue bringing you guys that consistent content, that fire, you know what I'm saying, for your head tops. Been doing this for quite some time, and you know, I have fun doing it. I enjoy doing it. You know what I'm saying? We all enjoy watching the beautiful sport of football, and I enjoy chatting about football, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm gonna continue doing this until 2026. I want to retire in 2026. You know, or maybe I'll reassess things. But look, big up to the boy 80 Booth who says, Dom Rich, long time. What's up, mate? I'm good. I'm good. We have Darwin, Liverpool fan in here. Darwin New Coit, Liverpool fan. We have Mr. Luwang in the house. Liverpool should play their woman team against Manchester United. Look, as things stand right now and the way United are playing, I'm pretty sure the England national team, the women's team, would actually beat this Manchester United team. That's how bad they are. Maybe I'm going a step too far. Maybe we are going a step too far, Luwag. Oh man. Moderate map is saying Liverpool should play the under 18 team. Guys, I think we're going a step too far. That's not gonna happen. But we need another goal though. We need Brentford to score at least 2 more though. You know what I'm saying? That's what we need. We need 6. You see what I'm saying? We need a 6-piece. You know when you go to the McDonald's or whatever, you know, and you say, hey man, let me get the 4-piece, and then they say, hey man, you know, you could add $1 and get, you know, the 6-piece. Like, yeah, just okay, give me the 6-piece then. Why you didn't say that from the start? So let's see if Man United will cop a 6-piece today. Big up to Ibrahim in the house who says, yo, Dom, what's good, bro? How do you feel after the win against Bournemouth? I feel good, man. I knew we were going to beat Bournemouth 4-0. That was my exact prediction, too. So, United defending. Christian Eriksen goes back to the new man, Terrell Malacia. And Malacia is looking for an out ball. Almost gets it stolen from him. Eriksen, who's playing a deep line midfielder position today. Last week, he was actually a false 9. Tries, balls goes forward, gives back to Brentford. Brentford looking to play on the counter again. Ball given away. Malacia to Rashford. Malacia again. He goes all the way back to World Cup winner Rafa Varane, who's probably going to get the nod in the Liverpool game ahead of new boy Lisandro Martinez. So ball goes up to Bruno Fernandes, sprays it wide to Rashford. Rashford puts it into the box, and it's a poor ball. Back to Christian Eriksen. Actually, yep, Eriksen to McTominay. Harry Maguire over to Malacia, who's seen a lot of the ball since he came on. Malacia puts it into the box. Ooh, and it goes over everyone. And it falls to Diego Dallo, who's preferred over Aaron Wan-Bissaka these days. Outside of the football, all the way back to the gift that keeps on giving, better known as Rafa Varane. And Harry Maguire, record defender, most expensive defender of all time. Malacia, back to Eriksen. McTominay sprays it to Dallo. Dallo out wide to Bruno Fernandes. Dallo goes central. McTominay. Cristiano Ronaldo coming back deep. Malacia back to Ronaldo. Brentford very compact. Very narrow. And the ball trickles its way to Eriksen. Oh, and it falls to Elanga, but it's dealt with by the Brentford defense and it's cleared as De Gea comes to retrieve. Does he have another mistake in him? No, he gives it to Varane. McTominay, he's carrying the ball forward. Kevin De Bruyne-esque. Ball goes into Cristiano Ronaldo. He takes a shot, and he may have taken a deflection over, and he's complaining about another potential foul. And the camera pans on to Mikkel Damsgaard, the new man for Brentford, as they look to bring on Yohan Wissa, the very talismanic Yohan Wissa. So if you're going to get a goal right now, that's the man who's going to actually score it. This will be a good time to introduce Mikkel Damsgaard, you know what I'm saying? Not a lot of pressure on the team. He could go out there and he could get a nice little sweat and top off a very good victory for Brentford on the day. You got to give it up to Brentford, though. This is their second game of the season. The first game, they actually were 2-0 down against Leicester City and came back to draw 2-2. And they just continued where they left off there from that Leicester game in terms of goal scoring and put 4 past Manchester United. So all credit goes to Thomas Frank and the Bees. And you could see Thomas Frank bringing out that tactic board. Any chance he gets, he just want to drill and reiterate to the players that, listen, stick to the script. You guys are doing well. Dominic already said that we're going to get relegated this season. We can't prove him right. So 4-0, what a start. They're on their way to pick up 4 points so far this season, which means there's about 36 more to get in terms of safety. Man United on the counter, and the ball hits the heels of the Brentford player. And it goes all the way back to Rose left. And this is Marcus Rashford. Rashford with it. Sprays it wide to Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo. All right. Happy feet, Ronaldo. Flicks it to... Who's that? Is that Rashford? That previous player was actually Ilanga and not Rashford. Ilanga looking very lively. Malacia actually looking lively. Terrell Malacia. Back to Bruno. Bruno Fernandes into the box. Oh, and it's well dealt with by Rico Henry, who beat Diego Dallo to the ball. So if Henry keeps playing like this, Man City might actually sign him as their new left back. You know what I'm saying? The boy Rico looks lively today. Oh, man. Yo. So United corner coming up. And he goes into the box and it's dealt with. Very poor corner taken by Christian Eriksen. The dead ball specialist, Anthony Ilanga, grapples with Yohan Wissa, the Congolese international, for the ball and wins the free kick. Christian Eriksen back from the corner. Free kick from deep, near the halfway mark. McTominay back to Eriksen. Sprays it over to Malacia, who's looked bright since he came on. And Malacia looking for the out ball. He's been pressured by Ivan Toney. And back to Christian Eriksen. 75th minute, 15 minutes plus extra time to go. Malacia plays it down, and it's an easy take for David Raya as Brentford continue to hold United scoreless in this game. Big up to Moderate Mapper, who said Eriksen should have stayed at Brentford. Haha. Indeed, man. Indeed. I do not agree with his decision to leave at all. And he's probably saying to himself, like, why? Why did I leave? You know what I'm saying? Look at this. Look at the situation that I find myself in. United, listen, I've been saying this for the last couple seasons. I've been saying this. United are a joke team. It doesn't matter what they do. It doesn't matter who manager they bring in. They're just a joke. You see what I'm saying? Because they keep holding on to the past. You got to let go of the past and you got to find a way to just, rebuild. You see what I mean? You can't be too caught up on the past. And that's what prestigious clubs tend to do. Liverpool does it. United does it. Arsenal does it. You got to leave that behind. That's done already. You see what I'm saying? The past isn't going to help you. It's not going to help you today. In sport, it doesn't help you. You see what I mean? Teams are coming in to beat you. They fail us. The fact that you've won a lot of titles don't help you. You see what? It actually hurt you in a way where teams want to beat you even more. You see what I mean? So you always got to keep innovating. Look at what City does. Always innovating, always changing players. If you go to other leagues, look at Bayern Munich. You know what I'm saying? Look at the Juventus before they kind of fell off. Look at PSG. Look at Barcelona, Real Madrid. These teams, successful teams, would do that. They don't win this season, they bounce back the next season. But not Man United. They haven't won the title for 10 years. And they've only won one trophy, which is the Europa League under Mourinho in the last 10 years. If I can recall. Am I right with that? So, yeah. So, big up to Danaje in the house. How are you feeling? Who says Ericsson is changing his family's life? I don't know what you mean by that, but Marcus Rashford taken down, trying to go on a counter attack there. 78th minute of this match. I'm kind of disappointed though. I'm kind of disappointed in Brentford. I am very disappointed. We need more goals. We need more. I actually, was so excited about the 4 goals that they scored. And I'm thinking, okay, in the second half, we might get 4 more. But right about now, they haven't added to their tally. Come on, man. We need another goal. What are you guys doing? So disappointed. This is entertainment, and I'm not entertained at all. All right, so Scott McTominay puts it out of play. Very bad pass, and Brentford look to restart play. Johan Wissa, talismanic Johan Wissa, and he wins a throw in for Brentford. They're very good with the long throw as well, so just keep an eye on that. Remember, guys, I did predict Brentford to actually get relegated this season. It didn't look like that's gonna happen at all. It doesn't. It doesn't look like it. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't look like it, but it's still early times. They'll win this game, but there'll be 36 games to go after this one. So can't really, jump the gun too much when it comes to predictions. You know what I'm saying? My predictions are done, and I'm not gonna change my mind. It's up to these teams to prove me wrong. So, guys, in terms of the other matches today in the Premier League, let's just take a look at what happened today while some substitutions are made. We had Aston Villa defeating Everton 2-1. That was my exact prediction. Southampton and Leeds played to a 2-2 draw. I did predict a draw as well for those teams. Arsenal beating Leicester in a 4-2 thriller. I did predict a 3-2 win for Arsenal, so I've been on point. Brighton and Newcastle played to a 0-0 draw. I did predict the Newcastle win, so my prediction was off there. I predicted an exact 4-0 win for City over Bournemouth as this long throw comes into the box for Brentford. And whoa! And it's a wicked volley by Rico Henry, but it's snatched out of the air by David De Gea. I got very, very excited there, but that was short-lived as United looked to counter. So Wolves and Fulham also played to a 0-0 draw, and I think I did predict a draw for these teams as well. So, damn, man, prediction on point. And my prediction for the Brentford United game was actually a 1-1 draw. So I wasn't too far off. I did not predict United to win. So I'm predicting a West Ham win over Forest, Tottenham win over Chelsea, and a Liverpool victory over Crystal Palace to round off match day 2. So, yeah, let's get back to the action here. And let's go. Brentford 4, United 0. If you're now tuning in, Terrell Malacia, Rashford squares. It goes in, Christian Eriksen, and it goes wide. United almost pull one back. It's all about saving face right about now. Damage limitation for Brentford, but saving face for United in terms of getting a few goals back. But Brentford would want. Oh, this was very, very close. That was very, very, very close. But well done by the Brentford defense for not allowing Christian Eriksen to be comfortable there. Oh, and another thing. What's up with this Man United kit, though? That's really green. That is really, really green, man. You know what I'm saying? I guess they're trying to, instill and promote positivity at the club, but it's going awfully wrong. Very, very wrong. It's very green. It's hurting my eyes. It's a lime green kit. Oh, and it's another steal. It's a foul. Johan Wissa, but it's dealt with. So the referee is going to bring it back for the previous foul, but almost disaster again as the substitute Frank Onyeka was, brought down. He actually just came on. Let me just give you some details on that, guys. So in terms of the substitutions and the latest additions to the 11s, Aaron Hickey went off along with Josh Da Silva, Christian Norgard, Matthias Jensen, and Brian Mbuemo. And for Brentford, Johan Wissa, Frank Onyeka, Shandon Baptiste, the man from Grenada, Grenadian heritage, Vitaly Janelt, and Mads Beck Sorensen were all brought in. For United, so far, Anthony Ilanga, Scott McTominay, Rafa Varane, and Terrell Malacia was brought on. And Donny van de Beek, who previously worked on the Erik ten Hag at Ajax in the recent glory days, will be coming on for who I don't know as yet. And I'm going to take a guess and say, take Christian Eriksen off. Marcus Rashford. Rashford or Eriksen's going to come off. Yeah. Marcus Rashford or Eriksen. So, Lisandro Martinez, Luke Shaw, Fred, and Jadon Sancho have all been taken off. And the latest to being called back to the bench will be, and we're still waiting for that player's number to go up. And we're still waiting. It's the 84th minute of the game, 4-0 to Brentford over Manchester United. Guys, you're hearing it right. This is not, made up. This is not an alternate universe. This is not virtual reality or anything. This is real. This is the real thing. This is real thing going on here. Just want to put it out there. Real things going on here right about now. Real. Okay? So if you're thinking, is this a joke? No, it's not. It ain't. So Brentford, the ball goes in and they win corner here through Ivan Toney. So Brentford actually looking to score fifth. And I hope they do. I really hope they do, though. I hope they do, but it's not gonna come easy, as United have been a lot better defensively in the second half, and a lot of credit goes to, Malacia, Varane, Harry Maguire, pulling their act together a bit there. Or maybe Brentford just took their foot off the gas. Maybe that's what it is. Am I right there? Corner comes in. It's dealt with at first. Rico Henry with a scuff shot. And still alive. This could be a fifth. And it's blocked by Harry Maguire. This is Vitaly Janelt with the shot that went straight into the midriff of Harry Maguire. Could have been a fifth. Wow. Very, very, very good stuff by Brentford. I love that they're showing the intent there. That was definitely going to beat De Gea. Oh, ball comes in and what a save by De Gea, making amends for his earlier mistakes. And it was almost a fifth. Ball comes in again and De Gea clutches it as he looked to restart the play. Oh my God, it's getting exciting here. So there was a quick corner taken, and this was Johan Wissa. Wow, that was going in. Almost whistled past David De Gea. Anthony Elanga with a chance here. Elanga to Bruno, and it's stolen from him. Ronaldo with a shot, and it's clutched by David Raya as United protest the foul on the edge of the D right there, and it's not given. Elanga was a player brought down. Well, actually, yeah, Elanga, the Swedish international. So Rico Henry, as Brentford looking to put the gloss, the icing on this lovely 4-0 birthday cake right here. Oh man, Onyeka flicks. That's Johan Wissa who flicks it in an attempt to find Nigerian international Onyeka, but it goes back out wide to Diego Dallo. Anthony Lang on the ball right now. Very talented youngster, I gotta say, but he needs to leave United though. Ball flicks up from Bruno. Elanga, skillful. Elanga again. And he's dispossessed, but it falls nicely to Dallo. Back to Bruno Fernandes. The ball is blocked, and Brentford deals with it. Pontus Janssen. Bruno Fernandes, who needs to really get his act together, goes over to fellow Portuguese Diego Dallo. Attempts to squeeze in Ronaldo, but it's dealt with by Brentford again. Congratulations to Brentford, man. What a win, and brilliant defending to keep Manchester United at bay so far in this game. So, yeah, man, guys, I've been going 100 miles per hour today. Just got off work, drove home. I'm doing this watch along. When I'm done, I got to go drop my wife to work. Then I come back. I'm with my little son, and later probably put him to sleep and maybe talk about these games again. Do a little. Okay, so the player brought off is Christian Eriksen, or did they take off? Yeah, Eriksen, like I predicted. Christian Eriksen taking off. Donny van de Beek, the last substitute on. So Malacia gives it to Scott McTominay. So it seems as if even if You go McFred or you go only Fred, still a problem. Maybe you need to take up both Fred and McTominay and start with some two other players, right? United is still looking for that defensive midfield option where Frankie de Jong was pursued, but he does not want to go to United. And big up to my boy Frankie de Jong, man. I gotta say, big up to you, man. You got a lot of balls. You got a whole lot of balls. Big up to you, man. You know, gotta give him a shout out for that because I told him not to go, and he said, "Yeah, Dom, great advice. Okay, very good advice, Dom. Very good. Keep it up. You have any relationship advice, Dom? Could do with some of that. You know what I'm saying? So big up to the boy Frankie. You know what I'm saying? Big up to you. Big up. Shout out to Frankie de Jong. Big shout out to Frankie de Jong for refusing to go to Manchester United. He wants to stay at Barcelona, or maybe he'll end up at Chelsea. But he just does not want to join Man United. I don't think it's a Ten Hag thing. I think it's just he doesn't want to go to a club that he doesn't think's gonna win anything anytime soon, and a club that's playing Europa League and potentially Conference League football. You see what I'm saying? So Johan Wissa in the ball, and he picks out who's that? Onyeka. Johan Wissa. It's hard to recognize these players, man. You know what I'm saying? From the top. I'm doing a good job barely picking out some of them, but that was definitely not yeah, I think that's when you have four black players running around, you know what I mean? There's no distinction, hardly any distinction. You see what I'm saying? And the same goes for the blonde players as well. McTominay and the likes of Christian Eriksen. I could hardly recognize anybody. Imagine I'm doing a freaking watch along for a La Liga match for a team like, let's say, Rayo Vallecano or is Vallecano in the league? I don't even know. But let's say a team like let's say a more obscure team like Osasuna, one of them teams, you know. And I don't know the players. It'd be a difficult watch along to do, man. So, guys, in terms of extra time, we're gonna have Anthony Taylor's gonna put up the extra time right now, and in terms of that, we might have maybe 3 minutes. Can't be too much. Can't be 4 minutes of extra time as Brentford puts one out of play. Actually, still in play. Still in. Okay, actually goes out of play. And Denmark 4, Manchester United 0. Big up to the boy Errol Brown in the house. I thought Ten Hag was the man. Yeah, man, we all did. Apparently he ain't. Apparently he ain't, man. Big up to Damien Hustling in the house. Mr. Boxing, everybody in here, man. Guys, make sure you subscribe if you're new. Big up Rohit in the house. How are you doing? Rayo, everybody who came through. Big up to y'all. Make sure you smash the thumbs up button. I had to pull out the Nigerian jersey today, you know what I'm saying? It goes well with my nice white Corona cap. I do have another cap here, guys. Another bear-inspired cap. A Modelo cap. I have to actually clean it up and not wear it too much. I want to wear it in the videos, and I mean, not promoting beer or anything. It's just cool. You see what I'm saying? I like Modelo and I like Corona. So nice touch. But I look into getting a Heineken cap. You got to switch up the swag from time to time, you know what I mean? Switch it up. So what we got here in the comments, man? Big up to everybody once again. I'm excited. I'm really excited about this scoreline. Brentford on the attack right now. Brentford again. Going forward, and players fouled. And that is Shandon Baptiste. Like, I can't tell Shandon Baptiste from a bird's eye view. I really can't. I could tell Johan Wissa, he got a bald head. I could tell Ivan Toney, very, unique kind of player. The way he runs and everything. But a lot of these players, I can't tell who they are. So Ivan Toney plays it over to, who's that? Sorensen? Oh, don't even know who it is. It's got to keep it real, man. All the way back to the goalkeeper, Raya, who's playing as a sweeper keeper right about now. Wow. And Pontus Janssen punts it up the field. Wow, that was good wordplay. Johan Wissa in pursuit. Harry Maguire goes all the way back to David De Gea. He's being pressured by Johan Wissa. Shandon Baptiste pressures the defense of United, but they get the ball right back. This is very, very poor football right about now, as United have already resigned to losing 4-0, it seems, man. So Rico Henry looking very, very sharp. Running all game. Very, very fit player. We go all the way back to, okay, so there's a whistle here, and there's a yellow card for Bruno Fernandes. Something naughty he did just now. Maybe clip the player after the ball had left, and Bruno goes into the book. Yeah, man, that black and lime green is very, very harsh on the eyes, I gotta say. Very, very, very harsh on the eyes. You know what I mean? Very harsh. I don't know how I feel about that kit. Look, Man City do have a black and green kit, but it's not that harsh on the eyes, man. Woo! That one is harsh. Definitely harsh on the eyes. I need a red stripe cap indeed. Yeah. Look, if anybody want to send me any bear-inspired caps, feel free to do so. You know what I mean? I won't mind. Because you're suggesting you might as well get me a red stripe cap. You feel me? You feel me? All right, so 1 minute. Okay, a couple seconds left. Couple seconds. Scott McTominay, I think he's already on a yellow. He's been, not given just a little warning. And that's the final whistle. Brentford 4, Manchester United 0. Wow. We have a little time. We have a little time to talk about this match, right? Just a little time. And I have to say, I expected better from United. I really did. I really expected a lot better. And even though they are my rivals, I still did not predict them to lose this game and to lose the game this badly. I predicted a 1-1 draw, which was on merit on how United played last week against Brentford. Brighton. Brentford, right? But yeah. But losing 4-0, not even a draw, to at least say pick up your first points of the season, but a 4-0 loss? Like this is as low as it gets. It cannot get any lower than. Could it get any worse than this? This is low. This is low. And this is how low Man United are right now. This is how low they are right now. You scroll down to the bottom of the table, and that's exactly where they're at right now. 20th. 2 matches, 2 losses, a -5 goal difference, 1 goal scored, 6 conceded. Unacceptable. Unacceptable for a club of their stature, the history, the past glory, the fan base, the money that they spent, the caliber of manager that they hired. They do have some quality players in the team, but apparently there is absolutely no cohesiveness. It's just 11 headless chickens running around chasing a football. That's what it was. Schoolboy stuff on the day. And when I say schoolboy stuff, I mean Brentford were just, you have recess and the older kids playing against the younger kids and they bully them around. Schoolboys football. You see what I'm saying? It was too one-sided. This was too one-sided. If you're waking up from an afternoon nap right now and you see the score, you might say, nah, am I still dreaming? I gotta pinch myself to see if this is real, because 4-0, wow. But anyways, guys, just to touch on the goal scorers and, run through this really, really quick. The opening goal, you have to save those. De Gea You have to save those. And as the commentators were saying, De Gea would pick those up in training, maybe with his eyes closed. And he should have never allowed that ball to get through. Never. And I think Cristiano Ronaldo was a bit complacent as well, losing that ball that eventually came to Josh Da Silva. And you got to give Josh Da Silva a lot of credit. A brilliant left-footed goal against Leicester in the last game to equalize, and a right-footed swinger to beat De Gea to open the scoring here to give Brentford the psychological advantage in the game. Because United coming off of a loss, and to put them behind early in the game, I think that was an early knockout blow. And 8 minutes later, David De Gea, probably still thinking about the howler, passed the ball to Christian Eriksen when he was being pressured. How are you going to pass a ball to a player who's on the edge of the box, being pressed, nowhere, no out ball? Just kick the ball up the field, man. Just kick the ball up the field. You see what I'm saying? But there's a lot of pressure on these players. We may say they're professionals and whatnot, but they're humans. They're still humans, you know? And in sport, when you make a mistake, that shit stays on your mind. You see what I'm saying? It stays on your mind, and it could haunt you for the remainder of the game, especially if you lost your previous game and you're staring down the barrel of another defeat. You see what I mean? So he didn't think. He really didn't think. He had a brain fart there, passed the ball to Eriksen. He's not at fault. Stolen by Jensen and put away, dispatched. 2-0 up. I was pretty sure that there was no comeback happening today when it was 2-0. But to make matters worse, Brentford scored a third. And it was just too many defensive errors, too many poor decision making by the defenders. You know, impact players like Bruno Fernandes, Cristiano Ronaldo not really being impactful. You see what I'm saying? In the games, both games, 2 games now. Players are not putting their hand up and say, okay, let's pull things back. Things just got from bad to worse. That Ben Mee goal was so scrappy. I can't tell you exactly what happened. That's how scrappy it was. I have to go back and take another look at that goal. But the Brian Mbeumo goal 5 minutes later was from a Man United set piece. A counter-attacking goal. Counter-attacking. Overcommitting. And you can't really fault the team for overcommitting, being 3-0 down. But at least set yourself up so that if there's a breakaway, you could deal with it. And the way Ivan Toney bent the ball around to Mbeumo, and he just, muscled his way forward and dispatched that ball. Brilliant stuff by Brentford. Brilliant stuff. I can't believe I predicted Brentford to get relegated. It is Man United who are showing relegation form so far this season. There was a couple more opportunities, couple more mistakes. De Gea did, pull off some good saves. And the game ended 4-0. But to be 4-0 down in 35 minutes is unacceptable. Really unacceptable. And you do have to give Brentford a whole lot of credit for not conceding any goals in this game. It was a boring second half, I have to say. But you could understand that, look, the game was far gone from United. They tried to get a couple goals, but Brentford just continued to repel them. So it's all Brentford. It is all Brentford. I know the headlines would read United embarrassment and, United this, United that. But Brentford, I think, should steal the headlines today. I really think Brentford should steal the headlines and not United for, the wrong reasons. So, look, it's going to get worse. Let's just put it that way. Manchester United got to play Liverpool in their next game. Things are going to get from bad to worse on the 22nd of August. I could guarantee you that. Man United lost 9-0 last season to Liverpool. And unless Liverpool show up on the day and mess around and allow United to get something from the game, Unless they do that, I don't see anything but another Liverpool win. It might be 4 or 5-0 again. Because logic is telling you if Brentford and Brighton are doing it, if Liverpool don't do it, well, Liverpool, it means you're not doing anything this season then. Seriously. And I mean that. And I really mean that. What's next for Eric Ten Hag and Manchester United? It's Liverpool. And I'm predicting another loss. So it's going to be 3 games, 3 losses. The worst way to start the season. You have Southampton coming up next. After that, you have Leicester, Arsenal, Palace. It could get very ugly. The Man City game, October the 2nd. This could get very, very ugly. This could get very, very, very ugly, I'm telling you, for United. I'm actually already thinking that Ten Hag could get the sack. I know it could be harsh, but if you're 10 games in and you already lost 5 and drawn 2 and only have 3 wins, you got to get sacked. Any other top manager would get sacked. But look, enough with United, though. Got to run. Congratulations to Brentford. That's a really good way to start the season with 4 points from 2 matches that they never thought they would have gotten 4 points from, if you ask me. And you got to give Thomas Frank and his boys a lot of credit. So in their next game, they play Fulham. Their fixtures are going to get a little easier on paper. Fulham, Colchester in the EFL Cup. Everton, who are struggling. Crystal Palace, a team they could beat in another London derby there. Leeds, Southampton. So I think they would have looked at the start of the season and be like, damn, it's a little rough. But now they could say, okay, now we have to pounce and we have to use this momentum if we are to stay up. Because with 4 points on the board, if you could get at least, let's say, there's 15 points up for grabs there, you could get at least, let's say, 8 points. That's 12. You see what I'm saying? That's 12 points in the first month and a week of the season. Let's say the first month of the season, you get 12 points. That's a good launching pad for, survival in the season. So, look, I could go on and on and on. I'll be back. I'll talk about this some more, but this is just my post-match for now. I got to run. Thanks to everybody who tuned in. But United, goddamn awful. Brentford, absolutely brilliant on the day. All right? And as a City fan, I'm way over the moon right now. I'm so happy. I might actually buy a 6-pack of beers and, no pun intended, but I might buy a 6-pack and just have a blast today because that was some entertaining stuff. All right. So guys, very boy Dom, thanks a lot for tuning in to yet another one. Like the video if you haven't yet done so. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. I'm actually multicasting this onto the more Dominic Rich FC channel. So if you're watching from there, big up as well. And I'm going to be doing this more and more going forward. I'm experimenting. And if you're watching the replay, thanks again. And from your boy Dom, thanks for watching. I know I've said that a few times, but peace out. Rich Squad.